Alright. I don't know if my head's cut off. Hold on, let me check real fast. Yeah, my head's cut off. Alright, so I'm trying to get everything in frame, but I can't really see the little screen on the camera, see what's in frame. But, so I haven't filmed in a while. Obviously, well, I did film. Filmed out me and a buddy going riding dirt bikes. It turned out like garbage. I was wearing chest mount and all you could see is the handlebars, and my buddy just left his GoPro running at all times, and it died before he even really rode. Wasn't prepared. So, I do want to go fishing, but I'm a weenie when it comes to the cold, and it's cold. It's a little warmer in here, and I got a heater to turn on too. But this video is obviously not going to be about fishing. It's going to be like I said previously. I want to start venturing into other things that of my interest. Motorcycles, dirt bikes in general they're a big thing in interest. You know, I love working on motorcycles. I think I like working on them more than I like riding them, to be honest. I bought this. This is my wife's bike. It's a 2004 CRF150F. You know, air cooled. It has pretty damn low compression. I got it on a really good deal, thinking that I'm probably gonna have to put some money into it. I got it. It has low compression. It does run, does start, it does smoke. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do not a complete top end rebuild, but I'm going to replace. I have a cylinder on the way. It should be here. It should have been here today. It should be here tomorrow. So I'm going to do cylinder, piston, rings. I have done some top end work. Let me see if I can find this thing. Ow! All right, had to dig this out. This is a head off of a DRZ 400. I crashed it and it sucked. I'll insert the clip right here. Ow! Laid on its side for a while. I don't know if this is the reason. Right here on this cam guide, if it'll focus, probably won't focus. Right here on this cam guide got burnt up. It's scarred and everything. So I ended up having to get a whole new head for the bike. So this is to the extent of my work on, I can't see my head. This is like the extent of my work on top ends. I replaced this, I replaced cam, shimming valves, done that. I've never taken off valves. I know it has a special tool. I have that special tool for this bike. I do have general knowledge of how this works. I mean, I tend to work on all my own stuff. Basically, like I said, as I know with this bike, it has low compression. I'm hoping the crank rod is good. There's no noise. It's not, you know, it's not a loud bike. It doesn't have a lot of noise in the top end. It's just very low compression, and it blows a lot of smoke. It's worn out. It's a 2004. And I'm older than it, but it's a machine, and well, I guess I'm a machine. I'm not a machine. I'm a human. Anyways, we're gonna start tearing down this bike, and you're gonna experience with me the first time I have replaced a top end, a piston, and all that. All right, first things first, we're gonna take off the plastics, the gas tank, the seat. The exhaust is gonna have to come off. The carburetor is gonna have to come off. Yeah, let's get cracking on it. All right, we got everything off. Carburetor's gone, gas tank. So in here, we gotta get the timing to top dead center. That means piston is gonna be at full stroke. It's gonna be all the way to the top. Basically in here, there is a nut, and this will turn the bike over. Oh shit, I forgot which way you wanna do this. Pretty sure it's counterclockwise. That will turn the bike over. Now, let me throw some shit. Right here, oh, that's so bright. Okay, so right there, in that hole, can't see it now because it's not lined up, but there'll be a T, and that's gonna mean top dead center. Inside here, Well, it didn't help to have the spark plug in still, but there's such weak compression. Inside here, there is a magnet and a stator. There's a magnet, so once I get near it, it wants to push it off. So I had to zip tie. The ratchet to my foot peg. But in here, you can see maybe. See the line, see the T, the camera's sideways, so it might not turn out so well. But anyways, yeah, there's a line, there's a T, matches up with this groove right here. So it is now top dead center. Now I'm gonna start, and I'll take these two, let me unzoom. These two bolts out, and then that's gonna be the cam sprocket, and the timing chain is gonna be right here. I gotta undo that, and I gotta not be an idiot and drop everything inside the motor, because it'll go all the way down here. And it's not gonna be cool if that happens. Then I'm gonna have to take everything apart. So let me get some tools ready. Okay, I don't know how good you're gonna be able to see this. Yeah, this camera, this is not working well. Okay, so I'm trying to hold a flashlight and camera in one hand. Right here is a cam sprocket. The bolts are up and down with the engine going, I know it's zoomed in, but going with the engine, going with this bolt all the way up. And then in here, there's a little mark right there, mark right there. Now for this, when you get top dead center, you can tell in the cam lobes which way they're facing. But that line and that line needs to meet this surface right here. This is where the head separates from the cylinder, I think. Yeah, maybe I'll get back to you on that in a minute. I lied. I think that's where oh, my bad. Okay, so this is the valve, so this is where the valve cover meets the head. I know it's a little blurry. So that line needs to match up with that. That line needs to match up with that. That's top dead center. Piston is at full stroke. It's all the way up here. I'm gonna get these off. I'm gonna take this rusty chain right here. Let me unzoom, damn it. Take this rusty wire right here so I can hook up to the timing chain, and then I could get those bolts off and out. And before I do all that, gotta go right here, and this is gonna release the timing chain tensioner. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll be back to do other things. All right, I feel like I should probably film this. Probably gonna be a shit show. I already got the bolts out. I don't really know what to do. I'm supposed to kind of like slide out this way. Oh, wait a minute. I could just make it easier on myself, I guess, and just take the valve cover off. One of these Acorn nuts was a bitch to get off, but I got it off without stripping it. I didn't even have to put PB Blast on it. So now I'm taking off the last two. They're already loose, valve cover bolts. All right, so I'm gonna kind of tap from each side. Until it pops off. So this whole kit comes with new gaskets, but I'm not sure about the valve cover gasket. Probably not. Oh, don't tell me to pull this motor. Oh, you bet you better. So I'm pretty happy to say that I got the valve cover off. And to get that off and the head off and all that, I gotta take these studs out. They're threaded at the top, they're threaded at the bottom. So that's 1 for Devin and 0 for engineer so far. So that's good. Got the cam out. That's what the cam looks like. So I'm all finished getting this stud out. It is tedious and pain in the ass, but I don't have to pull the engine, so that's a lot better. So really, the only thing left to do is get the rest of that shit off. Make sure, yeah, see all this is loose. This is valve cover coming up, but I gotta make sure this timing chain doesn't fall down. Not valve cover, but the head. Just go the other way. After I'm done, I'll lay all this out so I can kind of show you what everything is to people who don't know, but the people who do know are probably calling me an idiot right now. Okay, so there's nothing left. I know it comes with these gaskets. Why do I need this wire this long? So I know there's nothing left holding the head on. So I could probably go ahead and tap that a few times. There we go. Very important step. There's no play. I mean, it's okay. Am I recording still? It's okay to have side to side play, a little bit of side to side play on your piston rod, but up and down you don't want any, and there's no up and down play, which is really good. Pretty important though. Get a rag under here because there are little clips that need to come off, and I do not want any of them to fall inside of the motor. To get those clips off, I don't really know how to. Let's see if this. Yeah, see? I don't know where that clip went, but I do know that it did not go inside the motor because keep forgetting to put that back because I got it covered. I'm gonna push out the wrist pin. Maybe. Oh yeah, it has to come out the way I just did it. So that's the wrist pin right here coming out. And then the whole piston comes out. And again, no up and down play on the piston rod. Alright, so here's the piston. I don't know why. Yeah, everything's smooth now. I think I screwed up something while I was filming. Cylinder. Looking inside, it really doesn't look, you're not going to be able to see. Damn it. I always expect everybody to see what I see. So inside here, I'm seeing some scratches. I can see like a hone marks, which is like a etching in it. But I could also, I could feel the scratch right here. Technically, I could hone this out, but I don't know exactly what I'd be doing. I'd basically be making this inner diameter a little bit bigger, which I don't want to do because then I'd have to get the correct piston rings for it. I think. I don't know. Like I said, this is the first time that I've done this before. All I know is it's smoking. After I adjusted the valves, it's still smoking. There's a lot of carbon buildup. I rebuilt the carburetor. Still ran like shit, smoking. It's the only other thing I can think of. And by the looks of this, I gotta take these. Gotta take the valves off still. I still got the spark plug in. I forgot about that. I gotta take the valves out still. Take this guide off. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up, clean up, and then hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to put this thing back together and do the first startup. I'm a little excited, a little nervous, like I said. Again and again, this is the first time I've done this. We'll see what happens. See when I'm putting it back together. So it's been a few days since I tore down the bike. Finally got the new cylinder in. It's already been honed. You probably won't be able to see it too well. Now it came with piston and seals, but one issue, or piston and rings, excuse me, and valve seals. One thing that is kind of concerning though is the old piston is dome shaped, the new one is flat. I feel like that might cause some kind of compression loss. I'm gonna do some research before I put it back together. Definitely today, at least right now, what I'm really gonna focus on is cleaning up the head, trying to get all this carbon buildup off of this, get the spark plug out. I got a new spark plug for it. Got all this carbon buildup off of it. Not gonna port and polish because I don't know what the hell I'm doing with that. But I also want to clean these valves, and then I'm gonna relap them for this, seating purposes and shit like that. I'm gonna go ahead and do the intake valve first and just do a side-by-side comparison. It's actually pretty cool when these things are cleaned up. I'm gonna polish them. I'm gonna get them looking brand new. Hopefully, that's the plan. A lot of people will put masking tape or on the shaft right here. I'm only putting a little bit in. It's not really going to be going through the valve guides. Some people put tape right here. I'm not going to do that because it'll make it wobble really bad. But with this drill, I dropped it, and it does have a wobble already. So it's going to look like my valves are bent. But I can assure you that it's not bent. It's the chuck. It's bent. I had some issues with that before. So what I'm going to start off by doing is, man, this lighting is horrible. Let me try and figure something out. I think that's a little better. So what I'm going to do is basically take this very thick Scotch Brite pad, and I'm just gonna clean up a little bit. It's doing something. That's warm. I'll start with that. I'm also gonna wet sand. I'll start at 1500 grit, then I'm gonna go to 2000 grit, and then I'm gonna go to 3000 grit. My hand's gonna be in the way, but the key is to really just keep it wet. Oh yeah, that's working good. Probably can't see, but there's a lot of corrosion and dirt coming off of there. God, I suck at this DIY stuff. What I'm going to do now is I got this buffing compound, and this is just gonna buff out imperfections. This part's pretty quick, pretty easy. And this is literally, all this is a metal polish. It smells like vanilla. That's, yeah. So I'm just putting a little bit on there. And I'm just gonna start right here, kind of get it all over there. And then you just take a clean part of it, get it off. Let's see if we can see the difference. This camera doesn't do justice. So this is all shiny. I don't know if you can see. That's the one I just did. And this one's all black. Come on. Focus, you bitch. So, I went ahead and cleaned all the carbon off of this. Now, basically I gotta lap the valves. Never done this before either. Literally, everything I'm doing right now, I've never done before. So, if you're gonna judge me, I don't really care if you judge me, actually. You could say what you want. If anything, I'll learn off of it. So, you have to have this lapping tool. Basically suctions onto the valve top. And then when you put it in, I'll just do it. I don't know why I'm explaining it. So you use valve grinding compound. Basically what you'll do, and we'll go ahead and do the exhaust valve first, is I'm gonna put a little bit, might have been too much. I don't know, but a little bit on the surface, and let's see if you're in there. This surface is right here on this edge is what's going to be meeting the valve cover. So this is basically, I gotta make it so the valves will seat good, and they'll be airtight. And this is just going to make a really good like contact for it. I have extra on my finger, so I'm just going to go ahead and put it on the exhaust valve. Like I said, this is all new to me. Even the filming part of doing this kind of stuff. I never done it before. Pretty excited though. Gonna go ahead and push this all the way down. And it's gonna seat down there. I'll put this. I'm just gonna kind of show you a little bit first before I really go at it, because I'm not gonna be able to do this, trying to get this right. So inside of here, there's a little lip underneath the valve. Go ahead and suction that. You hear that grinding? So basically, I do that for a while, basically sanding down. Trying to get that straight. And I'll lift up every now and then. This is all stuff I learned off of YouTube. Lift up every now and then. And I'm basically... I thought my phone was ringing. I'm basically making a new surface for the seat onto. So it's just making it flat, making a good bond surface. So I'm going to go ahead and do both of these off camera and then clean them up and just, I guess, show, if I could, what I've done. So I don't know if you'll be able to see so much, but there's a new surface right there. I mean, there was a surface there before, but now it's smooth. It's going to mate up inside of here. Hopefully perfectly. I mean, that's the whole point of doing this. Now, we're going to go ahead and do the intake first. I think I called the intake the exhaust earlier. Whatever. So, it's come with 2 springs. Little guy, big guy. One goes in, the other. They slide right over there. And then there's going to be this top. This little cap. It's greasy. And this tool. It's just compresses them. I used this earlier or the other day to put it together or take it apart. Excuse me. Gosh. But you know, obviously never put it together. So let's see how much of a shit show this is going to be. I'm still contemplating on if I'm going to use the same piston. I'm going to call up a guy I know and ask him if that would be wise. If it would really matter if I use that same piston. Or if it would be better to use the other one. I don't know. I just feel like the compression is going to be weaker with the other one opposed to the new piston, or opposed to the old piston. Okay, so these are like little shim thingies. There's 2 of them that go in here. They got to kind of be in there perfectly. And I think I got 1 in there, right? But I'm going to call them and we'll see if that little bit is going to make a big difference, what he thinks. Alright, after speaking with my buddy who does this for a living, this, I guess, is a higher compression. Is obvious, like I thought, higher compression, because it's domed on top. Less compression. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to reuse it. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just going to put the new rings on it and reuse it. I'll use the new wrist pin. I don't really see anything wrong with this wrist pin, but I'll use the new wrist pin just because it's a new wrist pin. Throw that over there. Throw that over there. So I'll use a new wrist pin with it, and obviously all the new everything else. New clips, C-clips. These things fly out and they're a bitch to put back in, I know that. Oh, yep. Yep, that launched over there somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and put, oh Jesus. So I'm going to go ahead and put the new rings on this. So I know this is going on the right way because right here it says in, that's intake. No, that wasn't that easy, really. Yeah, well, it was that easy. All right, cylinder. Let's go ahead and I got some oil right here. It's 1030. Just gonna get everything all oily. So I know like there's gaps in the rings. You don't want the gaps at the same sides. You want them basically 90 degrees from each other. So there's a gap right here where my thumb is and a gap where my index finger is. My finger stuck. Okay. Damn it. No, almost forgot to put the timing chain up there. That would have been fun. Alright, it's starting to look like a motor, so that's a thumbs up. I forgot one of the valve guides, or timing chain guides. Forgot to put it in, so I tore this back apart to put it back in off camera. I'm gonna go ahead and I gotta get this back to top dead center. And I'm gonna put the flashlight in my mouth, so I'm not gonna talk for this because, you know, I have a flashlight in my mouth. Alright. Now, got that shit on there. That was a bitch. Brake cleaner smells so bad. I don't know if any of you smelt it, but it kind of smells like ass a little bit. I want to Loctite, definitely Loctite these just because they fall off. It's gonna suck. Oh, I thought I came out of timing, but it was that's scary. It was the a ratchet. Alright, that's top dead. Did I come out of timing? No. Wait. It's top dead center. Oh, I'm fucking a tooth off. Shit wieners. That's top dead center, so this needs to rotate one tooth that way. Alright, I'm top dead center. Next up, fucking wire out of the way. First I gotta clean off this surface. Well, I'm gonna clean off this surface actually. And well, both surfaces. And put some RTV on there, some gasket maker, because it didn't come with a gasket. So I'm just gonna put a little bit here and then just kind of smudge it around with my fingers. I mean, a little bit goes a long ways. It's like finger painting. Alright, so I adjusted the valves, or the little rocker arms, all the way back. Let's see if it'll fit now. I knew I was going to have to adjust the valves anyways when I was done, so I mean, it doesn't really matter that I have them knocked all the way back. Alright, so a couple more things to do. I gotta get this timing chain tensioner on. I don't even know if you can see what I'm doing. So right here, this right here, come on, focus. This is going to tighten up the chain in here. Easy as that. Makes sense, right? There's like 80 of you that are subscribed to my channel, and probably like 8 of you that watch my videos. Well, John, he watches it. Remember Sasquatch in that fishing video? He watches The video is probably like 20 times over and over. I don't know if that counts for like, oh my gosh, I don't know if that counts, but thanks for trying, John. I hope your COVID's doing good. COVID sucks. I posted that video with a rattlesnake. You know, that shit is real. I'm not vaccinated. Now I see no point of it. I mean, I'm not anti-vax by any means. If you want to get vaccinated, that's your choice, absolutely. But right now, I personally, you know, with all the variants, I mean, I've been reading up on it, and experts are saying, oh, the vaccine's not going to stop anything. My dad's telling me to get vaccinated, and I get where he's coming from. He's scared for me. I had an allergic reaction to a flu vaccine one time, and it sucked. Sickest I've ever been, and for that, I don't want to do it. I know it's safe, you know, all the safeness. Make sure we're top dead center still. I know there's like, you know, tried and true that it's safe. It just scares the shit out of me. And I respect people who get it. I respect people, you know, friends and stuff, family who get it. I just hope they, you know, I just want the same respect for not getting it. Like I said, I'm not anti. Definitely, if you feel need to get it, or if you have a weak immune system, get it by all means. Do what makes you feel better. I'm done talking about that shit. So I'm gonna put a couple more things on. Just basically dress it up. Got the engine mount up here, the cover right here, couple caps down here, and then I'm gonna put the gas tank on. I gotta put a spark plug in. Put gas tank on, and I'm ready to give it a start. I'm not gonna run it for long tonight, just because I want to give time for this to cure up here, the RTV. But tomorrow I will break it in, just do the normal break-in process. I'm not going to film it. It's boring. It takes a little bit. And then I'll change the oil, and then it should be ready to go. But I'm kind of curious how many kicks it's going to take. So the next time, or so in a second, second for you, a little bit for me, you're going to see me trying to start this and see if I failed or succeeded. I still got to tighten that up too. All right. I'm scared. Gas is on, spark plug is in. Oh, a lot more compression. Try it without choke. First kick. What? All right, so a little bit of noise coming from the top end. Not sure what it could be. We're gonna run it tomorrow, and I just can't believe it started first kick. That noise I could fix. I mean, it might be something with the valves, but I could just readjust them. I'll probably run it again tomorrow and inspect the top end, make sure oil's getting to the top end. It's hot. But yeah, I was pretty excited when that started up first kick. I mean, with no choke on, the compression's there. It had no compression the other day when I ran it. And also, before when I ran it, I'd give it a little gas and it would want to cut out. This is it's super responsive. So, has really good response. So, I'm pretty stoked about that. I'm done for the night. I got a mess to clean up, all of this. But, yeah, thanks for watching that. That was cool. I was, I don't know, I'm really proud of myself that it started up. Never done that before. Like I said, a few times. So, don't know what the next video is going to be. Might be motorcycles, might be gold panning. I really want to get out there and go gold panning. The river's been flowing nicely. Or it might just be me staring at the camera for 8 minutes. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. You'll catch me next time. I'll see you later. You'll see me later. Later. So I was cleaning up, and I was thinking about that ticking noise, and it's gone. I forgot to tighten up the exhaust. So that ticking noise was actually exhaust just leaking out. Put my hand by it and I felt it, and I was like, ah, cool. So yeah, it was bugging me for a little bit. Anyways, I think it sounds good. I'm really happy. Alright, anyway, thanks for watching. I just bean dipped myself with a pair of scissors and it stung.